Afternoon. So I've just come on a short ride. First ride out since I've done the big ride on Friday, and more so to spin my legs really, and yeah, just tried to take quite a few days off, just to give myself enough time to recover, because as you imagine, 128 miles on this thing was pretty intense. So the whole purpose of today is to kind of go through some of the things that I wish I'd have probably done better on the ride, but some of the things that went really well, maybe some things that you might learn from if you're thinking of doing a long ride like that, not necessarily on the Canal, but if you were doing multiple day bike packing events, for example. And yeah, so I'll just cover that off in today's video. I'll just go through a bit of a scenic wander, only for about an hour. As you can see, I'm not dressed in the cycling kit today. So yeah, I just come through a little bit of woodland there, and I'm actually heading on an errand to the post office to take a parcel back. In between work stuff, so that's how interesting my life is. I did the 128 miles I did from Liverpool to Leeds on Friday, all on the Canal. Firstly, this bike didn't put a foot wrong, didn't miss a beat. It's in perfect health at the moment, just needs a bit of a clean. And yeah, we're all good. So yeah, the one bit that took the longest to recover from this ride was my contact points. So my contact points, feet, I've still got that little niggle with my foot, but it's improving now. Feet, arms, shoulders, hands, backside, all of that was probably the one that took the most strain, simply because I've not done 100 miles in over a year before doing that ride, and I certainly haven't done, that was my longest ride ever, and it was on this bike, so I've got to give myself credit for that. So that was number one. The legs are actually absolutely fine. The key thing that I did best on this particular ride was hydration management. Now, I never cramped up once. Electrolytes, I was using SAS hydro tabs, which I was using kind of double the dosage than what it would normally ask for. But honestly, if you look on my video, if you look at the sort of salt deposits that came out of me, it just shows you the amount that I sweated. So yeah, definitely hydrated well enough. The day afterwards, a couple of days afterwards even, didn't have any DOMs in the legs at all. Only DOMs was my shoulders from riding in this position for 10 hours. Well, it was a hard more than that, it was nearly 11 hours. And yeah, so that was overall, I recovered really well. Today's just basically a case to get myself back out on the bike. I've been working all most of this week because I had Friday off, and yeah, so recovery wise, absolutely fine. Time management wise, that was probably the thing that let me down the most. I would have liked to have done like a closing out sort of interview on that video, but as you can see from the video itself, I didn't actually have much time at the end. I had to get to Leeds train station, print my ticket off, which I bought because I bought another ticket, and once I printed that off, I was then able to get to the platform, because that was a bit of a faff with this bike. I had to carry it up an escalator, not recommended. And yeah, so I didn't have much of an opportunity to do like a post-ride sort of interview and close that video out as well as I did. In addition to that, I also felt pretty drained. The last sort of 20 to 30 miles were quite attritional, to be honest. Also, if you noticed at the end of that video, my appetite for filming waned, so to speak. So the battery in the camera was fine, it was just the storage capacity, and it would have meant that I was sitting down downloading videos up to my phone to make more storage space on the camera, because it's only got 27 gigabyte. And I'm not a YouTuber, I'm just doing this as a bit of a hobby, just to record my rides, because ride focus has shifted and I just want to kind of record my adventures, because I've been on so many good bike rides and I've only really got photographic evidence, so I wanted to kind of have video evidence so I can look back at it in years to come. So yeah, I didn't have much of an appetite for filming with my phone, and that kind of was a bit of a disappointment really. But I hope you enjoyed the end of the video anyway. I believe I've had some good feedback from people who've watched it. So it's my best performing video today. It's got over 100 views, so thank you for all who've watched it, and I'll leave a link in the description below for if you want to have a catch up and find out what video I'm talking about. So yeah, there was that. Where was I? So yeah, hydration management, absolutely spot on. I went through 4 litres of electrolyte drink, so I had 2 pints of Coke as well. So yeah, that was probably my strongest part of the day. Breaks and time management weren't the best, so I spent too long on lunch. I actually worked out it was around about 50 minutes to an hour I had for my lunch, and I should have really stopped for shorter than that, to be honest, but I had quite a big pizza to get through and I wanted to finish it, and in the end I couldn't finish it because I'd have been sick, because I stuffed my face with gels. But yeah, overall, nutrition and hydration management fine, time management not. A couple of points I would make to you if thinking of doing something ride like this: be aware there are gates to lift your bike over. You can try as best you can to squeeze your bike in between the gates. Of course, if you've got a bike packing bike, you'll probably struggle with that, unless it's a road bike or a gravel bike. Wouldn't recommend a road bike. I had absolutely perfect conditions for the ride. It was like today, sun was absolutely cracking the flags. The wind conditions were absolutely spot on, so I had pretty much a tailwind. According to my windsock, and I am a bit of a geek, so I apologise about this, I had about an 80% partial to full tailwind, which on any bike ride really, unless you're doing a point to point, is unheard of. If you're doing loops, then you're going to be going back into the wind, so you're going to have really 50 or maybe 60-40. But yeah, 80% tailwind on that. So that was good. Yeah, so a bit of an update on the condition of the toe paths. The toe paths on the whole are in really good condition. Canal River Trust have done some significant improvements to that recently. The worst bits of the toe path, I would say, are in between Blackburn and Burnley, where it can get quite cut up if you had a long period of rain beforehand, and I would recommend again checking out Solo Biker Dave's video for a brutally honest account of what it is like if there is any significant rainfall. So you'll see on that video, you were saying I should have had a mountain bike for this particular part. So yeah. What else? But however, majority of it well looked after by the Canal River Trust. They've made some real good improvements. Also in between Barnoldswick or Foulridge, Barnoldswick round by there, past Greenberfield, which is the top lock, all the way through to Gargrave is also rocky, so be prepared, like I say, to run wider tyres on your gravel bike, just to give you that little bit of extra comfort that you wouldn't normally have on narrow tyres. Back home now after that brief jaunt to the post office. Only around about 5 miles today there and back, so it wasn't too strenuous, but it's very, very hot today. I think it's about 26, 27 degrees out there today, so yeah, it's quite a rarity in the UK. So yeah, a couple of points that I want to make. First of all, I know this ride is off-road. If you are thinking of doing it, definitely wear your helmet. There's an incident where I recorded but I didn't upload it into the final video, where my helmet clipped a tree. It was overhanging a overhanging tree branch. I was going at a reasonable speed, and if I'd not been wearing a helmet, then I could have had like quite a bad injury. The second thing, dogs. So just be mindful of dogs, because a lot of them are off leads. One dog in particular bolted out of a narrowboat that was moored up at the side of the towpath, bolted out and then decided to give chase to me. I've got a recording of it, so I'll overlay both of these incidents, both the clattering of the head incident and also the dog incident, so that you can both see both and see what happened. But yeah, this dog bolted out of a narrowboat. The owner yelled at it to shout it back, but I had two options at this point. I would just stop, let the owner recall it, and risk potentially being bitten, even though it didn't look particularly an aggressive dog, it just looked anxious and nervous. Or did I just decide to sort of see if I can outsprint the dog? Well, flight or fright, I think I opted for the flight option and just decided to bolt. The dog gave chase and kept up on me for a little bit, but ultimately I ended up out sprinting it. But yeah, it wasn't ideal after I think I'd done best part of 100 miles at that point, so I had about 30 miles to go, so yeah, not ideal. But yeah, those are just two pointers that I would bear in mind for this ride if you're thinking of doing it. And yeah, just planning a ride at the weekends with a mate, so yeah, just a gentle one again, just to try and get myself back into riding. I'm staying away from a canal path. I don't want to go anywhere near a canal path for the time being, just because I've got overload in that respect. But yeah, hope you found this particular video useful, and yeah, see you on the next one.